So we're going to play a 35-point game of Relic Knights. It's going to be Black Diamond versus
Paladins.
It's going to be sweet.
It's going to be very sweet.
Alright, for Black Diamond we have an M8 Blitz tank. We have One Shot the Relic Knight with her Cypher, Fritz. We have a squad of Black Diamonds. And we purchased 2 Esper boost tokens. Yeah, you're introducing your army.
For the Paladins, we got Sebastian Cross, Shattered Sword Relic Knight, with his Cypher, Rook. We got a full unit of Sword Sworn and 1 Paragon.
Alright, we're gonna set up the board and then we'll get back when we start turn 1. Alright. Black Diamond won the flip and I chose to go hero. And we rolled for scenarios and his primary is conservation, and his secondary is realign. I got my flip, and I got primary espionage and secondary carnage. We've deployed my primary objective, his primary objective, my secondary, my other secondary, his secondary, and another secondary. He deployed centrally, I deployed all along the flanks.
Diagonally.
And that is Fritz next to 2 Esper condensers. We'll come back after first activation. So Fritz started over here, he picked up both Esper condensers, walked over to there, and then he did a transfer Esper action and gave all 3 to One Shot. Alright, Paladin's first turn. The Sword Sworn forfeit their entire activation to gain 1 held Esper and draw 5 cards. Alright, my activation, One Shot targets Paragon to One Shot her with a focused shot, holding on to 4 Esper, puts her at damage 9. He redirects to Sebastian, and I end up doing 5 damage to him. He activates the Paragon, forfeits everything to gain 1 held Esper, and redo his hand. On back to Black Diamond. Fritz activates, gets a held Esper, targets Sebastian with his Luger pistol, successfully hits, knocks him back into the pillar, but Sebastian's armor stops it, but he gets knocked out of position 1 and into position 2 on the cube. Right, Paragon activates, he moves all the way from over there and thruster boosts into that position towards the objectives and the other objectives. So One Shot activates, gets a Esper off of seeing Fritz, takes a shot at Paragon, gets redirected back at Sebastian. He pushes it to reduce my 9 damage to only 1. Sebastian activates, gets an Esper, seeing his Rook Cypher. He walks on top of the rough terrain, uses Spearhead to bounce onto the objective and push back a lone squad dude and Cypher, Fritz. Blitz auto take activates, don't have the cards to shoot, so I forfeit everything to gain an Esper and redo my hand. Alright, Sword Sworn activate, they hightail it, stay in their base-to-base formation for additional armor. Fritz activates, he walks up onto the hill, he does a Luger shot and knocks the Paragon back and out of order, and he replaces with Sebastian. He activates the Sword Sworn, drops down a, what token was it?
Realign token.
Realign token, and then secondary moves a little bit behind the building. Alright, One Shot. Oh no. One Shot activates. She uses her Esper and puts a Void AoE so that way Sebastian will stop sucking up her shots. Sebastian activates. He drops 1 infused token on there. Can't see his Cypher because of the Void, so he doesn't get another one, so he's down on 0 Esper, and he moves slightly behind the Void. Blitz auto take activates. Walks over there. And then takes a shot at the Paragon. It cannot see Sebastian, so he can't guard it, and does 5 damage after armor. Paragon walks over, infuses the last, and scores how many victory points?
3 victory points.
3, so it's 3-0. Alright, one shot activates, sees the Esper, or sees his Cypher on the hill, gets all full maxed, and because of the AoE, can't see Sebastian, fires a shot, removes the Paragon, and now is the target of his faction ability. If she dies now, he gains 2 victory points?
Yes.
Swordsworn activate, they move up, take a shot, I push for armor and only lose 1 guy, but I have 2 damage on an additional guy, and they follow up move behind the building with some armor for base to base. Alright, Blitz Tank activates, moves up, fires a explosive round with a push for knockback, pushing Sebastian 3 inches and knocking him out of the queue, and then he secondary moves into position. The Swordsworn activate after Sebastian gets pushed out. They move up, they take a pulse rifle attack and kill all but 1 black diamond. 2 remain. One shot lives up to her name. As you can see, she only has 3 Esper. She spends a whole bunch of cards in Esper and does her Daystar Blast and wipes the entire unit of Swordsworn. So it's just Sebastian left. Sebastian activates, he forfeits everything to gain an additional Esper, so now he sits on 2, and he gets some new cards to fix his hand. Blitz Tank activates, walks up to the objective, puts a sabotage, follows up back, and Sebastian is left. Sebastian Cross goes, he activates, he walks over, he fires a pull attack, does 3 damage to the Blitz Tank, pulls him into the barrier, and then he repositions onto the shattered ground. Blitz Tank activates, walks up, puts in a sabotage token, and moves back. Rook activates, moves up, steals an Esper from my girl, and ends his activation. One shot activates, fires fully pressed at Sebastian. He redirects to the last Diamond Core, and he's splat. Sebastian puts down an AoE that stops me from taking initial moves. Blitz Tank activates, moves up, drops the 3rd sabotage token on it, and follows up back. Rook activates, he castles with Sebastian. One shot activates, she undermines the AoE, it is now hers. Sebastian activates, he tries to pull one shot guards it, and he follows up base to base. Auto Tank moves from over here, double moves to get in base contact to put a sabotage token next time. Rook activates, steals an Esper from one shot, and that's about it. Follow-up move. One shot, runs away, now that Sebastian is trapped underneath his own AoE. Sebastian goes, he cleanses away the AoE, and then follows up, moves forward. M8 Tank gets base to base on his turn, puts a token, I score my primary objective, and we are out of time for today, so we'll call it a draw, I guess.
Well, you went with control points.
No, I mean,
I have 7.
Well, I wanted to play.
Yeah, I have 3.
All right. So we'll call it a minor victory for the Black Diamond.